This video will walk through the steps to apply for admission as a new College Now student at Lane Community College. Please note that this is just part of the process to earn free college credit for your class. So this video covers number 1 here, applying to get your L number. And we have separate instructions that you'll want to follow afterwards to register for your class. If you already have an L number from a past College Now application, please do not reapply. Our team can help you recover that L number. And also, please feel free to reach out here if you have questions at any point during your application. We'll start at lanecc.edu/collegenow. And this website has a number of resources for you as a College Now student, including the student handbook, which has information about your credits, transcripts, financial aid, and other information. But for right now, we're going to click on this blue button that says Start a College Now application. Here you'll enter your first and last name. Please make sure to capitalize it correctly and choose your legal name. If you have a different preferred name, there will be a spot later in the application where you can enter that as well. For the email address, we recommend that you use a personal email rather than your high school email, but please make sure that it's an email account that you check regularly and that you'll be able to access for the next step of this process. Please confirm that you are not in fact a robot and click Submit. You should see this page next. Please pause here and go to the email account that you entered and check for a message. You should receive an email from the Lane admissions team. It'll look something like this, and you can click Create Password. If it asks you if you want to reset your password, you can click that as well. And clicking that button will take you to this page where you'll set a password. Please note that your password needs to be at least 8 characters long and include both letters and numbers. Then we'll click Save Password. Now we can continue right from here, but I wanted to note quickly that if you had to switch to your phone to check your email and you'd rather be back on your original computer, if you're on this login page and you click Login, you can use the email address for the username and the password that you just created. And if you sign in, you'll find yourself on this same page. Now that we're all here, we'll click Start a New Application. The questions on this first page will determine which type of application you end up filling out, so it's important to follow these instructions and answer carefully. For this first question, please choose I am a new student to Lane. For the second one, your goal should be earn College Now credit for a class at your high school. Your answer to this question will be no, unless you're an international student on one of these visas. And for the last question, you should only have one choice of term. Make sure it says College Now in front of it. If you do see more than one term and have questions, you can ask your teacher. And then we're going to start the application. You'll see your name has already been entered, so you can double check that. And throughout this application, all of the required questions will have these red asterisks. So if there's a question that doesn't apply to you or that you aren't sure how to answer, if it doesn't have that red star, then you can skip it. For example, if you don't have a suffix on your name or a former name. You can see here if you have a preferred name that you would like us to use whenever possible, you can enter that here. And then you'll have some required questions here. And you'll see if you skip a required question, it'll temporarily turn red until you complete it. For each section, you can click Save and Continue, or you can just scroll down. If you already have an L number from something you did in the past with Lane, please enter it here. But most likely you do not have an L number yet, and so you can leave this blank. Then we have some demographic questions, and you can see some information about why we ask those here. And so please select what best fits you. You also have the option for prefer not to answer, or for some of these questions, category not listed, but please go through and check what best fits you. And the same for the ethnicity and race questions. And you can see on here that there is the option to select more than one if more than one applies to you. While most of our communication with you will be by email, we do ask that you enter a phone number here, and you can select whether or not you would like to receive text messages from us. Please make sure to enter a valid mailing address in this section, or your application cannot be processed. So if you're in a situation where you don't have an address that you can enter at this time, you can temporarily use your high school's address instead. You'll be able to update your address later in your MyLane account if you need to. If you start typing the name of your high school here, it should open up a drop-down menu, and just be careful to make sure you're selecting the correct high school and location and state for you. Graduation month, which is usually June, and then your graduation year. When you reach this point, you can save and review application. And it'll say 99% over here if you've completed all of the questions. That last 1% will come on the next page. So you can go through and see your answers and double check them, double check it more carefully than I'm doing here, and then you can click this Submit Your Application. And as your final step, you'll click this box saying that you verify that all is true and correct, and you will write your name in this box as your electronic signature. And then you will click Verify and Submit. That should take you to a thank you page that will look something like this, confirming that you've successfully completed the application. And then here's what will happen next. You should receive an automatic confirmation email right away. And then after your application is processed, you'll receive 2 more emails. One will have your L number, that student ID number for Lane, and one will have a temporary password, and this will be different from the password that you set for the application earlier. Please make sure to save this information somewhere safe, and let us know if you don't receive these emails within a day. And then when you're ready to register for your College Now class, you'll want to use that L number and the temporary password that you were emailed to sign in to our MyLane system. Follow the separate registration instructions that you can either get from your teacher or find in our College Now student handbook online. And as always, if you have questions or run into any barriers, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can email hsc-office@lanecc.edu or call 541-463-5203. Thanks, and we're excited to have you as a College Now student at Lane.